Welcome back to my quilting room. I've made a fresh pot of tea again, and now we're going to make some exciting sashings. We're going to show you how we make our double up sashings, and then I'm going to show you how I make a triple sashing. If you don't know, my book covers all of your techniques of quilt as you go. There's lots of different ways we can put our quilts together, quilt as you go, and I designed the sashes to help me do all of the lovely straight strips that I need for my sashings. So get your tools together. You'll need the set of the sashes, the book of course, the Roxanne glue basted, your fork pins and an iron, and we're ready to go. I'm going to now show you how I've done the double up sashing on this quilt here. I've used two different coloured fabrics, a stripe underneath and over the top is a black. I'm going to demonstrate the reverse to it today. This black fabric is cut 2 inches wide. I'm going to fold it in half to find the centre point. Then I'm going to fold each of the ends into that centre point so it meets to the middle. Those raw edges are touching each other. It now measures 1 inch. So we just need to press the first inch to allow us to get it into the tool accurate. We're having the wrong side facing upwards. We're going to use the 1 inch wide sasher. We're going to go up from the bottom and over the top and pull it on down through. Then we pin into the ironing board with the double fork pin. If you've not used those before for holding your fabric while you use the sashes, I really strongly recommend them, because as I pin into the ironing board, each side of the pin is going on to each side of the fabric. That means I'm getting equal tension on both sides. Once again, hold lots of pressure on this end of the fabric and we just push with the iron. Just slide it along. Don't push down hard into the ironing board, it's just a gliding process. Once you've got that first bit done, 12-15 inches, remove the pin and repin. That will just help keep the tension on that inch of the fabric for you while you complete the task. Just keep on moving through and you'll have your lovely, lovely, lovely straight strip of sashing. So we've got one piece made and we're going to make a second piece. Here I've got a striped piece of fabric cut on the bias, and if it's a normal fabric you can cut it on the straight grain, but I like bias that it runs across. I've cut this 1 inch wide. I'm going to fold it over, fold each end in till it meets to the middle. Get as close to the middle as you can. Press the first start a bit. You only need to press about 1 inch. That allows you to get it into the tool even. So once again, up from the bottom and over the top. And remember, there's no right or wrong side to the sasher. You can use it up one way to the other, it makes no difference. If you're left-handed, you'd obviously be threading it over and coming from the left. Pin with the double fork pin, put some tension on the end of the fabric with your hand, and then we're just going to push. Just guide it, just lift the sides up a bit as you go nice and steady, and just keep moving it through till you get that whole piece pressed up. The narrow bits are a little bit more challenging. Just take your time and keep leading it through. Just press gently with the iron. Reposition the pin whenever you feel you're losing control of it, and then you've got your lovely stripe bit. And you can then double layer up your sashings. You can put your first strip down, then you can put your next strip over the top. And when I've made this quilt here, because it was all quilt as you go, I made each block first, then I joined it together and the sashing goes over the seam. So I glued the two pieces together and then I joined them onto the quilt. Now you've mastered doing your double up sashing, we're going to upgrade you to a triple sashing. I'm going to use these 3 gorgeous fabrics here. I'm going to show you the quilt that I've made. Love this quilt and I love making it, and it wasn't until I did the triple sashing on this quilt that it really came alive. And if you've been watching our previous videos, if you look at video 5, I've done a triple up bag handles, which is much the same as what we're doing here. And then you can go back to video 2 and see how we've done the bias. And then go to video 6 and you're going to see how we did the single sashing. So if you just started viewing our videos, refer back to the others and you'll learn lots and lots of things from them. Now I've got a fabric strip here cut 6 inches wide. Just fold till you find your middle. Just finger press so you know exactly where the middle of the strip is. Fold the edges in till they meet and press with a hot iron. And I usually use a dry iron. Don't want the steam to burn my fingers. I'm going to use the 3-inch wide Sasher. Come up from the bottom and over the top. And if you haven't realised, the measurement on the Sasher is your finished fabric width. And you're always going to cut your fabric double the measurement that it says on the top of each of the sashes. And if you don't have a set, you'll realise now we have 17 different sizes in the range, which allows you to get very, very creative with your Quilters You Go sashings. Now pin with your double pin once again. Put equal tension on both sides of that fabric. Fold your fabric over. Give it a little bit of a hand here. Put a little bit of tension on it. Tension with your fingers and push with the iron. And that will fold that strip completely into thirds for you. So that's our first strip completed. Just run the iron across it a couple of times to get plenty of heat in it so it holds its fold. Then you're going to repeat the process with the other side. I've just jumped ahead here to show you I've got my 3 different sizes made. I used a 3-inch, a 2-inch and a 1-inch Sasher. And you can layer up now and you can have so much fun creating with colour and really make a very plain quilt come alive by adding a gorgeous, gorgeous effect to it. Thanks for joining us. This has been so much fun for me to be able to show you how we do our triple and double up sashings. I hope you go away and get a lot out of it and start making those gorgeous Quilters You Go quilts. Come back with a fresh cup of tea and watch the next session because I'm going to show you how to make some beautiful wide sashings and decorate them with applique and bias and all sorts of exciting things. So we've got lots more to share with you. If you've got any comments or questions, please put them in the box below because we'd love to answer your questions and that'll come up in one of our following videos. So hooray for now, have a good time quilting, have fun.